Why? Oh, why, oh. Will I ever leave Ohio? Because it was a burnt out, old, bombed out factory. That's why. The whole goddamn state. Some of the creepiest fucking factory shit I've ever seen was in Ohio. Why, oh, why, oh. I don't like it. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. I don't hate you, 'cause I don't know you. Lucky. It's in your hoo-ha and in your pish-pash and skibbity-dash. Anyway, hi everybody, welcome back to the Ludcast. I am Matt Ludke, here as always with my faithful cosmic Sherpa, Mick Sprinkleton himself. Say, hey man, what's up?
Hey dude, how you doing?
Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later. Fucking Mr. Microphone. That shit's as dead as that mall you just drove by, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like the strip mall in my hometown, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the Mid-South somewhere. I mean, it's 9:15, but goddamn, the whole thing's shut down. And there's fucking, like, now hiring signs on all the fucking windows. Goddamn.
Now hiring.
Like, oh, we gotta close early because we just don't have the help that we need.
Yeah.
Oh.
But what'll happen when they get the help? Then they're going to have to stay till 9:15. They're going to be like, this is bullshit. It was better when we had nobody.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to pay them, and there's gonna be no fucking customers.
No. Fuck. No. Yeah. Because all the customers like, well, the stores...
When everything gets back to normal, all the customers will show up.
But they'll be used to not going out so late anymore, and they'll be like, well, I don't really like shopping late.
Yeah, that's when COVID is out.
Yeah, it's at its height when it's late, and the shoppers are tired and weary, and their defenses are down, and COVID fucking jumps in their fucking snout and shit.
Oh, did you see that thing I sent you about how people
related?
who don't have internet are more likely to die from COVID?
Yes, that it's somehow put like 1% to 2% more likelihood that they're going to die because they don't have internet access. God damn.
What kind of dude? That is the worst fucking internet campaign I've ever seen.
Worst lying piece of shit thing. You're like, what?
Yeah, if you don't have access to the internet, you could die much more easily.
It's because you won't be able to keep up on Fauci's fucking massive...
Because you're so fucking stupid, you don't even have the most basic survival skills. You need the internet to fucking tell you what to do.
Well, and you won't have access to
I'm thirsty. What should I do?
Google it. Drink water, idiot. Oh, thank you, Google. Oh, you saved me. I might have died without my Wi-Fi. Goddamn passcode. Oh, god damn it. Yeah. You're fucking high out of your mind. Limited internet access kills people these days, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, they're grasping at fucking less than straws now.
Yeah, wildly grasping and shit at fucking nothing.
They're grasping at fucking grass clippings.
Well, that's life in the fucking post-truth age, I guess. You know, it's just like, facts don't even matter anymore. Why fuck with facts when you've got feelings to fuck with instead? This shit's fucking out of control, man. We have become a nation of zombie sheep.
I have feelings. I feel sad.
But that's very legitimate and real. Your feelings count. They matter here. So tell us more about your fucking feelings, please.
My butthole hurts.
Well, that's very legitimate and real. Yes, let's validate your bunghole hurting. That's legitimate. Anything else that you want to get off your chest and let the world know you're feeling?
Well, I was on this cross country bike race the other day, and well, I kind of forgot what happened, but afterwards my butthole hurt.
Then it was a successful race and ride. You had a great time.
I think the seat went straight up my butthole.
That's what I'm talking about. You lost your anal cherry on that ride. Something you can remember forever. Cherish that memory.
Oh, I feel better.
See? And now the world has become a better place because we feel better about it. That's how it works. Fuck.
Carbon fiber fucking seat. Oh!
Oi! Like the horn of the seat that sits under your ball sack and hurts like a son of a bitch all of a sudden goes straight up and down. You're like, oh! But
the fucking bolt is loose and it fucking
just jacks right up your fucking
sticking straight up. You come down on it. Oh my god!
You're like, oh, I love. That's what it feels like. Oh no! Like, oh, I'm a virgin no more. Damn it! Bloody seat and shit. But instead of stopping and getting off the fucking bike and putting some first aid on your asshole, you just keep pedaling away instead. I'm gonna win.
Hey, winning is important, but everybody can win. Winning. Yeah, or are we talking about the woman of the year?
Yeah, as a man.
As a man.
Well, men are better at being women than women. It turns out.
Well, I could believe that. I mean, fuck.
I mean, come on, how hard can it be? Except for all that plumbing and weird shit. It's a little messy and shit, but whatever. I've certainly
having babies. I mean, come on, what's he doing?
Yeah, getting all sloppy down south. I've certainly had some long, hot, sweaty days that fucking made me feel gross down south. I get it. Oh wait, maybe theirs is a little different.
maybe a little.
Ugh. Gross. I was explaining to my son earlier about women's menstrual cycles and what it's for, and ovaries and uterine walls and menses and all that shit. Oh, fun times. It was all right. He was pretty hip. He realized what was going on. I'm like, yeah. Then women get to like their later 40s, and it all kinds of starts to kind of taper off a bit and shit. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yes.
And then they're not interested in you anymore. Just your money.
Ouch. The harsh.
Did I just say that?
The harsh truth has surfaced. Boom, boom, boom.
Not interested in your withered little wiener. Just your bank account.
Your shriveled little pecker.
Yes, dear.
Like, thank you for noticing, but it only happens around you.
It's a belly button. Fucking, it disappears.
Yeah, like it. You're like, it looked like you had an Audi that became an innie real quick. You're like, it did. Thanks for noticing. Anyway, we need the bills paid. Like, yeah, I got it.
So what's the latest craze these days?
The latest craze? Well,
the latest craze. You've been reading any news about the latest craze?
Yeah. This thing called baseball bat dancing. Have you heard about it?
No.
Do you want to? I'll give you the choice. Well, apparently, it's fashionable right now to sit on the handle of a bat, and you take a deep breath in, deep as you can, and then as you exhale, it slides up your ass really, really easy. You know, and then as you get further and further down, and of course the bat widens as it goes out towards the tip at the end of the bat, but if you can sit all the way down on the floor, all you have to do is pretend like you're holding in a fart, and eventually you will have the biggest orgasm of your life.
Sound like you've done this before.
Ooh, I'm not doing it right now. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh. Get the fuck out of here. I don't fucking know. I'm not young enough to know the latest craze, you son of a bitch. What latest crazes have you heard about? I heard about this one where people were taking shots for like this fantasy mystery virus thing that they were afraid of. I heard about that one. That was a real craze.
Yeah. That was the craze of the fucking century right there.
I'm telling you, we have set the bar very high, very early in this century, as far as what nutty, stupid shit can happen. We've set a really high bar. But it always seems like in every century, the early part of it is a bunch of knuckleheaded shit, and that about mid-century they kind of evened some of that shit out and smoothed some of that shit out.
Yeah, there's like the rolling 20s or teens, or
yes,
just living fucking high in the hog,
knuckleheaded and out of their minds and shit. Yes.
The new generation's coming up and they think they're hot shit, and then all of a sudden, bam, a fucking smack in the face.
Yeah, because you have that.
Like, look, retards, you ain't as smart as you think. There's a fucking deadly disease out there, and you're all gonna die. And they're all like, oh my God.
So put 3 masks on and take 6 shots. You'll only have these weird, ropey, lipid fucking formations pulled out of your veins and shit, and you might have a stroke or two, but you'll make it, man, no problem.
Yeah, you won't be able to breathe. Fucking.
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
probably a good thing.
Yeah, by design, I'd say that's Darwinism in full effect, doing its fucking job. There you go. If you made the choice, then you made the
Not sorry, folks.
Sorry, not sorry?
We all have choices.
Yeah. I mean, have you heard...
That was the thing. They made it seem like there wasn't a choice, but there was always a choice.
Yeah. And now we've gotten through most of all that shit, the initial phase of it anyway, and, those of us have chosen what we've chosen, and the others chose that other thing, and, you got to live with what the fuck you chose.
Unless you're in China, then they just fucking force your ass to fucking lock. They're doing like another lockdown in parts of China. Fuck.
I think that's like they call that a rolling lockdown. It's like a rolling brownout. It's always happening somewhere.
Yeah, so like, oh, this province must pay the price.
Like, you know what to do.
Shut you down.
Yeah, you know what to do. Put on a full head helmet and sit in your house, fucking shit your pants and shit.
Oh, so have you watched that show Space Force? I don't know if we've talked
about it. Nora and I watched the first episode or 2 of it. I thought it was pretty good, man. I thought it was...
Yeah, I like it. It's a little slow, but it's got some good... It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, because I don't know how far you are into it. I mean, but like I said, well, the initial...
Oh, dude. They start talking about the H3, man.
Really?
Yeah, they go to the moon and they start talking about the H3, and the chinks are fucking trying to tell them they can't land on the moon and shit. Oh. Because they're doing like research and they have like a mine that they're mining H3. Yeah, dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it started getting good last night. I was watching it. I was like, oh, that's cool. Because it was what you were talking about with Greg.
Oh. And that comes straight from Adashu, who's worked in the aerospace industry for fucking like 25 years or some shit.
Yeah, you saw the part where they launched their satellite and the chinks clipped the fucking solar panels on it?
Yes, it has an accident. It's like in the first episode or second episode or some shit. It's very early on. And something goes awry and fucking they have that, collision.
Well, it's not a collision. The Chinese...
oh, yes.
satellite comes and clips
intentionally bust them off.
Panels off.
Yes, so that they would lose power. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we watched it. I was like, holy shit, because the shit they were talking was on point but done funny. And that's a very compelling combination for me. I love that shit.
Yeah, it reminds me of Silicon Valley. I wonder, is it the same
crew
same
and writers? Maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. Yeah, because that's wild shit, man. Yeah, isn't that Steve Carell?
Steve Carell?
Who's playing the main role?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a step away from the Office style thing that he did for so long.
Yeah, he's a little more serious in this, but
yeah,
he's,
and that's
still
the
funny.
That's the jokes. Yeah, that's the funny. They're doing it in earnest, so they're playing it real. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. That was pretty goddamn cool. God damn it! Now today it got up into the 70s, and tomorrow it's supposed to be in the fucking 50s. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Yeah, I like that, and I would also put in a strong recommendation for a show called Black Jesus on Adult Swim. I watched it on Hulu, but it's Jesus, but he's a black dude set in Compton, California, L.A., and he's hood, but he's not gangsta. He's just from the hood, and Charlie Murphy's in it. And who's Eddie's brother, and John Witherspoon from the most people would remember him from the movie Friday with Ice Cube. He's the dad who's always in the.
Is it Ice Cube or who is it?
No, it's John. His name's John Witherspoon, but he was in the he was in the movie Friday.
Is he the older guy or what?
He's the dad who's always in the bathroom taking a nasty crap. If you remember that, yeah,
hair and shit.
Yes, that's him.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, when you see him, you'll know exactly who the hell he is. But
hold on, you might be cutting out for a second. I'm going up. I'm in the Gulch, man, the Gulch.
He's going down in the holler, ladies and gentlemen. We might have to go to a musical interlude. Oh. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Need to play some dueling banjos or something.
I'm telling you, I'm queuing something up right now, just in case I lose you. Why? Well, this is some Bharata Natyam. You still there, man?
Yes, I stay here. I'm going to Japanese steakhouse. So yummy.
You gonna have some Caucasian round eye fucking stir fry?
Oh, I need some Caucasian round eye in my stir fry. Slicing eyeballs. Mmm, very tender. like deviled egg.
Deviled egg, chop chop. We need bat wings.
So what were you saying?
What? God damn it, you went into the holler. Gujarat. What now?
Oh, the slicing eyeballs and the pixies.
Oh, yeah. Here, let's call that up really quick. So that way we don't misquote. But yes, it was...
Don't want to misquote fake news.
No, it's not fake news, you ass.
I'm just kidding.
Son of a bitch. Slicing up eyeballs. Here we go. Cabaret Voltaire. Oh, on this day in 1983, U2 released Sunday Bloody Sunday, the third single from their third studio album, War. That was
Oh my goodness.
That was a monster hit, man. It's funny because the early
1982. Fuck.
Was it 83? I was 11. Yeah, that early stuff, and I remember it on MTV and all that shit like it was yesterday for sure. That early U2 stuff like that had such a killer like sound to it. You know, before they got all fucking overproduced and shit. It had a killer, like, really kind of sparing sound, and the guitars weren't quite into their with or without you delay and shit that they did with Joshua Tree, and all of a sudden everything was delay for the Edge from there on out. But that original stuff was just fucking badass.
Yeah, what was I listening to the other day? It was an oldie. It's all like got the bass player is just like over the top trying to like be the ultimate bass player, you know,
leading it in the one note at a time.
Yeah. What the fuck was the name of that song? Not Going Crazy, or it was just like, what the fuck was it? Some early shit.
Huh.
Going berserk, you gotta be crazy. Everybody's going berserk.
Everybody going berserk, going berserk. Dude, I'm glad you brought that movie up, man. That's one of the fucking most killer fucking things ever. That is John Candy at his fucking peak. There's no doubt. Going Berserk is one of the funniest fucking movies. I remember that shit as a kid being on cable. I loved that shit. I ended up buying the fucking... Looked for it on DVD forever and a day. And then all of a sudden one day I just kind of stumbled over and I'm like, oh my god, it's like a John Candy multi-movie set. You know, it was like 2 discs and it had Going Berserk on one of them. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding, man. That shit is hilarious. But on this day in 1988, Pixies released their debut studio album, Surfer Rosa, featuring Where Is My Mind, Gigantic, Bone Machine, and Cactus.
It's Rosa.
Yes, Surfer Rosa.
Rosa.
Surfer Rosa. Surfer
Rosa Parks.
Rosa. Rosa.
Rosa.
You are my Rosa. Ottimo disco. Great record. Ottimo disco. Masterpiece. Bloody your hand on a cactus tree. Wipe it on your dress and send it to me. Yeah.
I guess Monday, fucking past 9 o'clock, there just ain't nothing to eat. Fuck.
Well, it's in the
I feel like I'm on Maui again. God damn.
Well, you're in the post-truth age of fear.
Yep, they can't stay open.
Look, I don't think so. It's after 9. That's when COVID strikes.
I got it, man. The vaccine burger. People buy that 24 hours a day.
Oh, shit. I'm writing it down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another stroke of fucking genius just happened.
Yeah, man, the vaccine burger. You eat a burger and you're vaccinated.
It's the ultimate delivery system for the vaccine. Because you can make family time fun memories while you're getting vaxxed.
It's got E. coli and Ebola in it.
Ebola?
E. coli and Ebola.
Yeah, Ebola.
Ebola.
Come on, man. We're in the age of fucking hybrids and putting shit together, and let's do this. Ebola. Just get them both at once. Fuck it. You'll be done with it.
Ishmolai.
Ishmolai? That sounds vaguely...
Is this place still open? It doesn't look open.
That sounds vaguely xenophobic. What? On March 20th, 1976, Alice Cooper married a 19-year-old dancer who was on his Welcome to My Nightmare tour. Her name was Cheryl Goddard. They are still married today. The young couple is seen here arriving at Heathrow Airport in London, September 75. damn, 76. Holy shitballs. They've been married 46 fucking years? He's got a Budweiser in his hand in the picture. Ha ha. He gave up the drink. Alice Cooper. Vincent Fernier is his name. Son of a preacher.
Oh, Alice Cooper?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was the son of a preacher, man. Fucking nutty shit.
Well, he's got his own radio show.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like he's had it for some time.
Yeah, a while now. Probably at least a decade or more, maybe 20 years. Fuck, I don't know. It's pretty good though. You know, he can keep the conversation going when it's with himself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he knows how to be on the mic and shit. How to fill dead air.
Yeah. Not the greatest musician, but you know, got a couple hits.
He happened to exist in a weird niche in a weird time, I think. You know, he was just different enough at that time to be like, wow, crazy, rock and roll. And just weak enough not to have to really put chops on the line and be compared to other musicians much. Because he was just doing the fucking Welcome to My Nightmare and I'm 18 and shit. You're like, I'm 18. Like, it's just weird to make a goddamn song like that. Because it's like, oh, you still gonna be singing it when you're 70, asshole? I'm 18 and I don't know what I want. Well, I guess I want another fucking paycheck. That's what you're doing there then. Some bullshit. But he did, I guess, do some pretty interesting stagecraft and like crazy shit, like having like a mock decapitation by guillotine on stage and shit. Weird stuff. Hey, the Ludcast podcast has What'd you say, butthole? He's ordering fucking food. I'm telling you, folks, every goddamn time that we do this podcast, this motherfucker's eating. Some bullshit. Where are you at? What are you doing? The tyrant removes his armor. But why don't you? Motherfuckers, listen to this shit. Joe Biden is a fucking creep. He's still in the fucking office, even though his family is Ukraine's ass. You gotta take a pass. This is the last chance, the last straw, the last time we're gonna put a fuck like that in that fucking office. You know he stole it, motherfucker. And if you supported it, you should pay for that. I want to hold you accountable if you happen to become a Bidenologist somewhere over the last couple of years, you fucking asshole. Because if so, you got no spine, you got no heart, you got no soul, you got nothing. He's weak. And you would be too if you voted for his dumb ass. Fucking A. And now here we go again. Ready? Hunter got the money from Ukraine. He's a pain in our ass, but we're playing like he didn't do nothing. Okay, sure. Here comes Putin now to claim what he feels is his. Because he's all part of the business deal. Hillary fucking Clinton and all those cocksuckers, traitors to the United States, they made all these deals a while back. You know how it goes. Backroom deals. You feels the squeals on your ass. And now we go to the pump. And it's $4.60 here. Eat shit. If that's the side you've chosen, get the fuck off mine. Anyhow. That's just something I wanted to say there real quick. What do you feel about that? Son of a bitch. Where'd he go, folks? Where'd he go?
What?
Where did he go?
I'm at a Shardy's.
Really? Oh my God, that's old school, man.
Yeah, Shardy. Remember, we used to both work there, didn't we?
Yes,
Shardy's?
yes, oh yes, of course. The
Great.
I always like
the guy working the window is he's wearing a Squidbillies shirt.
Oh really? Ah, that's funny. That's cool. That show's fucking hilarious.
Right, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what are you rocking from Shardy's?
Just like a bacon cheeseburger, some shit.
Do they still have the mushroom Swiss?
Yeah, I did see that. I should have got it. I was looking at it. I was like, whoa.
Killer, man. I really love the mushroom Swiss burger. Their grilled chicken breast sandwich was pretty off the hook. And because my girlfriend at the time worked there also, she used to make the salads, and she would just make these fucking bomb ass like chef salads with extra portions of everything in it. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, last summer we went up to a place in north of the Illinois border where we like to go, and on the way home we stopped at a Shardy's, and my son had never had Shardy's, so it was his first time, and he's like, we mentioned it, we were talking about it the other day, as a matter of fact, and he's like, I love Shardy's. Oh, it was great. Remember when we stopped on the way back home? And I'm like, yes, I remember, goddammit.
Yeah, he remembered, huh?
Oh, man, I'm telling you what. This kid's got a fucking memory for food like you wouldn't goddamn believe. I mean, he can tell you the fucking day, the year, the day, the fucking weather, what he was wearing, and it all kind of relates to a great meal had. Yeah.
Wow.
For sure. Yeah, it's quite something. Like, if I want to know an exact goddamn thing like that, he'll go, it was October 3rd of 2020, and it was a nice day, but the storm clouds were rolling in, and and it'll just fucking go off. He'll say the whole fuck. I'll be like, holy shit, that's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, he's a Shardy's fan. He likes it. Yeah.
Wow.
When we stopped at that,
my vaccine burger at Shardy's.
Hey, run quick, limited time only.
Yeah, it's one of those days, like I said, I've been working fucking dusk till dawn. I'm fucking starving.
Way too long, and now you're way over hungry and shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like your stomach's just kind of twisting and turning around on itself and nodding and shit, waiting for the fucking meal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, feed me. Like, okay, belly, okay, I will. I hear you. I rocked some Jimmy Flans today. Climmy Clowns. Yeah, I did some Climmy Clowns. I'm a fan of the Hunters Club though, man. I like that. That's a good jam.
The Hunter's Pub.
Yep. The Flunters Nub.
The Flunters Stub.
Oh, the Flunters Stubby Nub.
The Hunter's Stub.
It's like a metaphor for his little penis because he hunts poor defenseless animals.
All right, dude. Thank you, man. Have a good night.
You too, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. Catch you later, brother. Listen, Listen, motherfucker. You will have respect, mister. Respect the man in black. Now, you remember that shit when we were talking about the man in black and Georgie Boy? He's like, he wanted to be the little man in black. Oh, Johnny. Oh, fucking hilarious. Draw the line. With whatever powder you're into tonight, motherfucker. Just like Johnny had his fucking problems. Except he must have had a horseshoe up his ass, because he certainly avoided death probably a few times too.
Who's this motherfucker?
He's the Father Mucker, man. Bust his ass. So what are you doing here, punk?
Who are you?
Who? I really want to know. Who the fuck is you, nigga? Ooh. Oh, I want to talk about trolls for a second.
Hold on. That fucking seatbelt pissed me off.
You mean the car that's nagging at you?
Yeah.
It's going, Jesse. What do you want, goddammit? I feed you, I wash you, I take care of you, and you still fucking bitching at me.
Put on your seatbelt so you can be safe.
You gotta be safe, honey. Fuck off. Have you ever had any fucked up encounters with a troll online?
Not that I can think of.
But you certainly know the phenomenon, like what it is and what they do and shit.
I've dealt with them at work before.
What was it like?
It was intimidating for a minute, but then when I realized what was going on, I shut it down.
That's the thing. It comes across at you like it's got some sort of balls or teeth to it. Because that's I guess that's the way they get you. And I kind of had an experience with one recently. And I don't know. Okay. I'll try and explain it. My son enjoys creating artwork and puts it online in a little Instagram community of young people who do the same kind of art stuff that he does.
Who does?
My guy, my little man.
Oh.
And so he
busting the balls.
Yeah, well, this other asshole created an account as a trolling, like purely a trolling account. That's all the intent is of the entire thing, is to be a troll asshole and just be a pain in the ass to everybody else. That's all it is. But what he did was, because they make, you know, he and his little online buddies, this little community, they post their artwork, you know, to kind of share with each other and check it out. Well, this fucking asshole creates this account, and I'm sure he's just a dumbass young white kid, and I'll tell you why in a second. But what this asshole did was take some of their posts and like screen cap them and then repost on his page as though it's his own art. Even though most of these artists all have their own, you know, watermark or little signature thing that they put in the image to claim it, you know, as their own. But so he reposts this shit, and then when people call him out, he denies it all and then starts attacking them and say, no, you stole it and all this shit, right? And anybody who comes on who says, "Hey man, what are you doing stealing?" They just kind of block them out and delete their comments. But if you call them out, they launch an attack by creating all these memes and then posting them, basically attacking the person who's calling them out for being a piece of shit. Well, I could tell these were young white kids, mostly because they threw around the word nigga with an A on the end. A lot. It was, they used it so much that I was like, there's no way that these are black kids. And then you go on to some of these, there was a couple of them, and I think I have a suspicion that it's at least two of them are the same person with two different accounts. So that way, if anybody tries to fuck with them, the primary and this secondary and sometimes even a tertiary or third account will show up all together and they'll start clustering and attacking the one person. So I saw this happening. I saw my son kind of, getting pulled in.
They do all this to steal other people's art?
No, they don't. They steal the art to bait you in to calling them out for being a piece of shit, and then they all attack you together.
That's weird.
Well, that's what trolling is. Online trolling, that's what it is. It's nothing but a piece of shit who knows he's being a piece of shit, doing piece of shit things, then getting called out for being a piece of shit and acting like 10 times more of a piece of shit about it. So there's no point to it other than they just kind of go through people, they'll just fuck with somebody and fuck with them and fuck with them and fuck with them until the person either kind of gives up or whatever, they try to blow up your shit with DMing you shit or creating memes about you. And there's this little chat room that these little assholes started on Instagram. It's called the Abusement Room. Instead of amusement, it's abusement. And some of these little fucking assholes, dude, are just truly fucking vile little sons of bitches. And, they're probably all about 13-ish or something, you know what I'm saying? It's just some dumbass fucking punk kid shit. But they started fucking with my son a little bit. And so, I hate to say it, but I kind of stepped in as myself. Now, there's nothing online to link me and him. Like our handles, there's nothing relating. So I go in on this one post that was my son's art. And, he's going off on him kind of like, you assholes, stop stealing my shit and do your own thing, dick. And so every time he's doing that, they're just kind of ganging up on him and shit because that's what they do for kicks.
Mm-hmm.
So I come in and I go, I know this artist personally, and I know you've stolen this, and you keep denying it. You're either, what did I say? I said you're a lying rat and a thief and shit. And that was my initial salvo, to them. And, they're coming back. I mean, well, he stole it and all this shit. I go, you're ignorant. Your ignorance is very apparent to me, yada yada. And I'm not using any dumbass internet contraction language like you are for your and all that. I ain't playing that shit. And then I started piecing it together really quick what the fuck they were doing. And I'm just I can smell your loneliness and failure from a country mile. I said, what's wrong, boys? Doesn't mommy love her little incels anymore? And so And then they tried to pull me into that little chat, that little abusement room chat thing. Like, so I get this notification, so and so has added you to this chat. Well, I tried to go to it really quick, and it lets me see it for about 10 seconds, and then it cuts me out. Well, they had blocked me. You know, they added me, and then they blocked me. And then they did it again later. They added me again, and then they blocked me out. So I come back at them on another post that was another one of my son's art pieces. And I go, what's the matter? What's the matter, child? You can't decide whether you want me in your little baby chat or not? And then I'm like, ha ha, who cares? You know, your quote-unquote bullying is as weak as your stolen quote-unquote content. And and all of a sudden I'm getting these messages from like the primary asshole and a couple of the others. Like, hey man, take it easy or back off or stop being so rude. And I haven't heard anything since, and neither has my son. I shut it down. But in the chat, I had my son go and find that chat thing that they were doing. And it says, yeah, that nigga Matt Ludke, we'll troll him later and all this shit. It was fucking, I was like, this is some gay ass shit. But, folks, I'm about to tell you a huge secret how to deal with trolls like that. Either online or in real life, because I've dealt with both myself. Somebody who just wants to, tries to absorb anything you say and turn it on you and just be a cocksucker. This is what I've learned. If you ask them about their feelings or try to strike a chord at their feelings, they will fuck off. I used to work with a guy who's this big, gnarly, kind of biker-looking asshole, even though he never owned a bike as far as I know. But he would always be a grumpy fucking asshole. And if he saw you being happy, he would try to pull that happiness out of you. So I looked at him dead in his fucking face one day and I go, man, you seem really angry and upset and maybe kind of depressed. Do you want to talk about it? Hey. I said, you're in a safe place here, man. You're among friends and shit. You can talk to me if you're really feeling down. And he just looked at me and went, fuck off, lad. Fuck off. And ever since that day, he never fucking tried that stupid shit with me again. And we worked with each other all day for like a couple years. And he never tried that shit again. But it's worked several other times with that kind of curmudgeonly fuckhead type of person. So, just a little tip for you people. If you're dealing with a real troll, they don't want to talk about their fucking feelings with you.
Yeah, I remember Ethan was being trolled a long time ago when he was pretty young. And I forgot how the whole thing went down, but I started to tell him what to say or text back,
Yeah, coaching.
Because he didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. And it can be a fucked up thing to deal with if you don't know what they're doing to you, because it really feels like you're being fucked with.
Yeah, and dude, by the end of it, their response was, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Because I played them so hard, man. They fucking all of a sudden they're intrigued. It's just who the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what happened with me and these assholes. What did I say? I said something like, you call yourself a troll? What a joke. And shit like that. And just fucking cut them down at the knees and shit. I master trolled them and shit. And they ended up just going, hey man, stop being so rude.
Yeah, stop being rude.
Yeah, stop being rude. I'm like, you fucking cocksucker. And when you go to their little fucking pages, dude, it is some of the most hateful, vile shit that you can imagine. I mean, it is shit like there was this kid who was like a YouTube, has a YouTube channel of some kind, and they had his face screenshot in a moment of what looked like real frustration, and it said something to the effect, and I'm not kidding, all niggers should die. Nigger, like hard R, Nigger, should die and they're all addicted to crack.
But that's what their website
Blatantly,
said.
it was like
Or their whatever, their text.
They made like a little meme, yes, and it had this kid's face that they were fucking with, and then that was the fucking text of it. And I report, motherfucker, I reported the fucking account. And now I'm not a tattletale bitch, but that kind of shit, fuck that, man. Because they were Instagram was trying to check even some of my responses to some of the shit they were saying. It was already trying to check it, going, well, this looks like it might go against community guidelines and shit. It wasn't even letting me post responses like, hey, you little fucking jerk. It was checking shit like that. But I go to their page and it's some of the most hateful, vile shit, dude. There was a little short video of a person on a train platform, kind of all of a sudden they're kind of stumbling head first towards the track, and a train's coming, and the fucking guy, his head gets jammed into the train because he's just like either wasted or whatever the fuck, and plows his head into a train and is killed instantly. And underneath they're like, this is what we're going to do to so-and-so if we see him and shit like that. Dude, threats of fucking violence with violent imagery on that shit. A film clip of two black guys just punching one's beating the living shit out of the other one. Another one where two black guys are ganged up on another dude. They flip him, like they do a suplex, smash his fucking head on the ground. He's laying there fucking limp. They're kicking him in his fucking head and shit. They're running and jumping off a car and landing on his chest. This is the kind of shit these little bastards are posting, right? So
yeah, little hate mongers.
Oh man, yes. Just out of control shit, and all the other stuff that was more text oriented, that was just hateful and threatening and fucking all this shit, and like targeting certain individuals over and over again. I report that shit. I go, man, this account should be reported for like hate speech and violent threats and shit. That was one of the options, and I was like, yeah, that's the one. I'll be a son of a bitch if Instagram didn't fucking respond like a couple hours later, saying after review, nothing on there goes against community guidelines. I'm like, so these little fuckheads have found a little stupid loophole or niche where they're able to put that kind of fucked up shit on it. Now, I'm all about free speech and shit, but when it shelters a fuckhead, a hateful piece of shit, and shelters them and allows them to continue to fucking do this crap to people, fuck all that. I said, my son, he's young. He's smart, but he's not like street educated. He's too young for that shit at this. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I should say, he just hasn't been exposed to all that kind of shit. He knows that not everybody.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Yeah. And they're doing it on purpose just to fuck with people that wish them no ill, never fucked with them, never did anything. They just find people that they think, are fun to make fun of and easy to fucking target and just go at them and shit, trying to destroy them. That kind of shit, I can't abide that. And they were going after my son. So I'm like, you little pieces of shit. Yeah, I master trolled these little cocksuckers. I was like, yeah, same thing, like you said. Like by the end of it, they're intrigued who the fuck I am and shit, because they're being taken on my ride, like you took that troll on your ride. You're like, here, come take a lap around with me, asshole. I'll have you crying to mommy, man, by the time we get home, you piece of fuck. But yeah, so I gave my son a quick lesson in that shit. I go, all you gotta do is go at their fucking feelings, man. Oh, mommy doesn't love you no more? Why? You guys won't let me in your little stupid chat? Like, you call yourself a troll? You're a fucking jerk.
Yeah, there's one guy that used to troll Ethan, and I was like, Ethan was all like, he keeps picking on me.
Yeah.
Because he played online games, And I was just like, I'm like, what's his name? And he's like, Nathan. I was like, next time he's on, call him Gathan. And he's like, okay. And so he's like, so he started picking on him again, like 10 minutes later.
Uh-huh.
I was like, call him Gathan. He's like, whatever, Gathan. I was like, yeah. And then he did it, like, by the third time he said it, dude fucking had him, had bitched him out, fucking after 3 times. He called him Gathan.
Punked him.
And after that, he had no power over him at all.
Yeah.
Just by making fun of his name.
Yeah. And that's all that shit.
The guy who trolled him for fucking months, if not a year, just fucking
lost his nuts in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I love
and
it.
Then a couple years later, he professed his love to him because he was fucking gay.
What?
And it's just like, yeah, it's like
to your son?
Trying to, like, tell him how much he was attracted to him and all this shit.
To your son?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Were they the same age or what?
I think he was a little older.
Oh. Being trolled by an older gay boy? Oh my god.
Yeah. Or maybe he turned gay because he called him Gathan. I don't know.
He turned gay? Oh god. What a harsh decision to make for yourself. No. I guess I'll just be gay. What?
It broke him.
Yeah. No, it just
trying to be all tough. He's like, whatever, Gathan. He's like,
it just stirred up echo.
Stop it!
It just stirred up.
After the third time, he's like, stop it!
Yeah, because it's
like in a group,
Yeah.
Fucking, he was just like begging him to fucking cut it out and shit. Fucking after he'd been trolling him for like as long as he could, like, you little fucker, we all know you're gay and all this shit and blah blah blah.
It stirred up confusing feelings inside of him. Maybe I think I might like him too much.
Yeah, a couple years later, he professes his love to him and shit. He's just like, dude, I'm sorry, bro, I'm not interested.
Yeah, one look at your son and he ain't screaming gay by any fucking stretch of the imagination. I mean, look at his eyes, man. That ain't gay. Yeah, that's fucking... You're professing your love like, motherfucker, really? Like, I think if this was going to have any potential, you would have known it by now. I hate to burst your bubble there, brother. Gathan. That's the thing, see? All that fucking bullying, blustery bullshit, it's all predicated on that balloon is the easiest to poke a hole in. Like, and that's what predicates it even on playgrounds and shit, is just they know that they can only go so far as till someone calls them the fuck out. Or the best way is the way you showed him. Poke a hole in him, in that person, be it male or female, poke a hole in them by making fun of them. Especially in a group setting, it takes away all their power. Because once somebody else laughs at what you've said to this asshole, he's already lost most of his power, if not all of it, right there.
Yeah.
Because bullies are bitches, and bitches are bullies. Well, not always. Bitches are bitches, but bullies are bitches too. Bully bitch. Alright, fuck all this. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Noah for a second, brother.
All right.
Saw this movie called Noah. Some of you out there in listener land may have heard of it. Russell Crowe, Jennifer Connelly, Anthony Hopkins, Emma Watson. Fucking, I liked it a lot. Check it out. It's from 2014. It looks great. I think has a great story. It obviously had a great budget. Fuck, it looks really good. The thing is, after it came out, like, every Christian contingency you could think of blasted this movie as some sort of just garbage, right?
As blasphemy.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's a really interesting telling of the story of Noah and the ark and the flood. But the thing that compelled me most about it was like certain things like they never referred to the Creator as God or Yahweh or any of those names that people put on this shit later. They was always referred to him as the Creator. I thought that was awesome. I think it was really interesting how they depicted the Watchers, the angels that were sent down and covered in stone, that God sent down. Boom. Because they intervened in the affairs of man. They tried to protect, some people and stuff, and God said, "What are you doing? You've broken the rules. You've broken the covenant that we had about this." And He sent them down to the earth and had them. They became covered in stone. Really interesting. There's a snake skin that Lamech, who is Noah's father and the son of Methuselah, in one scene he wraps this snake skin around his arm all the way to his index fingertip, and he's about to give the birthright, because Noah was the last. Noah was the last in the line of Seth, as in Cain and Abel and Seth, who were the three children of Adam and Eve. Well, Cain and Abel, obviously, Abel didn't make it so far, and the descendants of Cain became really worldly people. Like Seth went forth to protect the things of creation, while Cain went forth to exploit the things of creation. And there became these two diametrically opposed philosophies. The descendants of Seth were the ones who were vegetarian and conservative, only used what they needed and didn't take extra. And that way, because they believed that the Creator would provide them with everything they needed, as long as they didn't go too far and destroy. But the descendants of Cain felt that the world and animals and everything else was just their dominion, and they were supposed to subdue it with dominance. Instead of living in harmony with nature and animals, they wanted to fucking hunt them and kill them and make sure they, and control them. And I think that was a really cool point that was made. It was interesting that they used an army of men, because I don't remember necessarily in the story of Noah in the Bible, I don't remember him necessarily being attacked by an army. Do you remember this?
I haven't read it since I was a kid, so
I know, but I'm just asking you if you remember that as part of the story, not for a reference.
No.
Yeah, so, and I didn't remember that either, and I thought that was an interesting wrinkle, because, of course, other men would have tried to get on the ark, too. It was a gigantic structure, and all of a sudden they're watching all these fucking animals swoop around and fucking fly to this thing. And so, of course, men would have probably tried to get on that thing and take it by force. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially if it was they thought someone was gonna go down.
Fucking A. And in the battle to protect the ark while the rains were first beginning, the Watchers, they all get killed off, one by one. Awesome to watch them in battle, though, because their wings had been singed off, but the wing stalks and everything were still in place, and they became almost like extra appendages. And to watch them going into battle and fucking up all these fucking rats and shit, just blam, slamming them around and shit, that was interesting. But they all get killed in the process, and as they die, God calls them back out of their stone skins, and they become beings of light again, and they go back to being angels and are called back into heaven. It was really cool. I fucking thought it was pretty fucking cool, dude. But towards the end, Noah kind of goes a little nutty and shit because he kind of has a misinterpretation, because he has, in the last days that before the ark took off, was on the water, he goes down into this little tent city where this opposing army and their king and shit are, and he just sees people at their worst, just awful fucking shit, like feral animals and shit. And he has such a bad experience that he decides that what God means by all of this is that the animals should be saved and mankind...
Yeah, basically destroy the human race completely.
Yeah, that mankind should end, and you are to build this ark to save the animals, and that all men should be destroyed. So he gets a wild hair up his ass that fucking we all have to die and shit. And he doesn't bother trying to find his two youngest sons' wives and shit, because he's like, it's all over anyway. At one point he looks at his youngest son and says, "You will be the last man." He's like, because his sons were Shem, Ham, and Japhet, and they're like, "Yeah, Shem, you and your wife, you'll bury us, and your younger brother, Ham will bury you guys, and then Japhet, he's like, you will be the last man." I was like, what a fucked up, nasty head trip to lay on a child. That's some fucked up shit, man. I mean, think about it from the two youngest sons' perspective. They know that all this shit's ending, and everybody's got a lady, and their mom is pretty fine, and their brother's got a nice, beautiful wife, and there's these two are like, oh, so we're going to be the last two men alive, and I guess we should just beat off till the end? Oh, okay. Thanks, Dad. Fucking Noah ends up getting wasted on the beach because he feels like he failed God.
He's like drinking out of gourds or something.
Yeah, because he
little leather satchels. I forget what it was.
The Methuselah makes the girl, who's like their adopted daughter, kind of makes her well again, because she had an injured womb and everything. She wasn't able to bear children, so he heals her. They immediately, just before the ark takes off, she's healed, and they get pregnant. Like Shem and his wife get pregnant. And so this all comes to light on the boat while dude's flipping out about how everybody's got to be dead now, and that and he's just basically condemning his family to a shitty end as the end of humanity. And they find out she's pregnant, and he's like all conflicted. Oh, and he comes back and he's like, if it's a boy, I'll let it live because it can't have any babies. But if it's a girl, he's like, I'll cut it down immediately. And so everybody's freaking out, like, oh my God. Well, she ends up having twin girls. And so he's all fucking like, oh! He freaks out when they first tell him that she's pregnant, because he's like, what? You've defied God and all this shit. And he's like, do you know what this forces me to have to do? It's just like so insane. What a fucking insane way to interpret the message. And he's about to stab down on him.
Yeah, he's
and
like hunting her down and shit.
Yeah, dom. He fucking finds her, and he's about to stab on him and shit. She's like, let me calm them down first. And she sings a song that he used to sing to all the kids when they were small. And he's like, oh, he has this moment of coming to God, like, oh God. And later on, she's talking to him after he's gone through his alcoholic phase, and Well, he can't stab these children.
Yeah, his 100-year alcoholic phase.
Yes, which they really mercifully condensed and consolidated, but yeah, so he can't stab.
There's like a bunch of coconuts with like holes in them and shit.
Busted out in the perfect diameter of his penis. Anyway, he can't stab the kids. And he goes and looks up to heaven and goes, I can't do it. And then he considers himself a failure, for having failed God, and then failed his family for failing God. And Jesus, God almighty. What a fucking rat's nest. But later on, the daughter-in-law is talking to him for a minute. And she's like, I have to know, why didn't you kill them? Why did you spare them? And he's like, I looked down at those beautiful babies, and all I had in my heart was love. And he's like, I failed, and all that shit. She's like, did you? Like, maybe God chose you because you chose mercy and love, and that's what he wants future generations to be more about, is those things. So he knew why he chose you, and he did it for a reason. Fuckhead. He's like, I spent all that time wasted on the beach naked. His sons find him wasted naked on the beach. I'm like, you're a fucking sellout. I've known fucking clowns like you. Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Jaffa, turn your eyes away. It's like, what? What? He's never seen a pecker before? But maybe Noah was a hermaphrodite, and so they didn't want...
A shriveled little winky.
Yeah, a shriveled little winky on top of a shriveled little winky hole. So he had all the parts and shit. And they didn't want to confuse their little brother by showing him that their dad was a hermaphrodite. Fuck you, Noah. Fuck you, Noah.
See, he could have kept the world going by himself.
See? He's like, oh, I can't let anybody know that I'm this kind of freak, so everybody's got to die. And, and now you see what happens in sexual deviance and abnormality that fucking isn't healthy for the world. We probably shouldn't have trannies teaching our elementary school kids about sex. Did you ever think about the butt? Yeah, you goddamn, dude. Step the fuck off, man. Hey, kids, go home and play with your butts in the bathtub tonight. Like they were going to probably anyway. Fucking relax.
Yeah, they don't need your guidance.
Yeah. Like Eddie Murphy used to say in I think it was Delirious or some shit. He's like, was it G.I. Joe's going in the cave? Sitting in the bathtub, playing with his toys. Oh, G.I. Joe's going in the underwater cave. Listen, I'm throwing out fucking diamonds here, and why are you balking? Where are you at? What are you doing? Motherfucker, did you disappear?
No. I was just having other conversations.
Oh, you fucking bastard.
While you're rambling on.
Yeah,
no.
Fucking put that shit on ice. Oh my god. I know it's impossible for them to leave you alone. I know.
Yeah, it's getting about that time too.
You son of a bitch. 10:30. Grandpa's been up too late. All right.
How long have we been going, man? Shit.
73 minutes, just over an hour.
Jeez.
You think we've done a fucking marathon? We've done them for 2.5 hours before. Getting too old for that, though, aren't you? Son of a bitch. Pop some ginseng and get a boner. And
let's call up Joe Rogan and see if he wants
to do this shit.
What?
Eat a Disnick. This ain't taxing you. You're at home, aren't you? What the fuck? I know you got to get up at 3 to get your barista's apron on. It's cool. I'll let it we'll let it go. All right, everybody. That's enough talking about trolls and fucking bowls and fucking crolls and fucking flols. Fuck it. Here. eat a Disney.
And gourds with fucking homemade alcohol.
Yeah, Noah and Bloa and Shoah and fucking Goa to hell. Noah built the ark. He had Zohar for the spark. He threw it on the raft and didn't let those kids get away with their little kids because he wanted to kill everybody. But he couldn't do it because mercy and love ruled his mind and heart, and that was God. It was the Creator, and it was good. And if you don't believe that, well then, fuck it. Yeah, we just ludcasted Noah's ass. And we gave you some advice about how to handle trolls, whether online or IRL. But I don't know you because I don't hate you. It was in the future, man. And now it's become the past. And it was good. And he saw that it was good. And on the third day, he beat his meat. Oh, wait, no. That was the seventh day. Sorry, seventh day when he was relaxing. He was beating his meat while he was... Of course. That's how he calmed down after all that work. And if you imagine the Creator beating his meat, holy shit. What would that fucking be like? Man. It'd be solar storms.
Like Zeus fucking beating his hammer.
Fucking hey, dude. Solar flares and fucking shit would be going on for fucking eons. Because when he busts that nut, that's a fucking supernova. Boo! Some sun has to fucking die when he fucking gets off and shit. This is the only way balance can be maintained in the universe. For I have spoken, and it was good. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. You know, hang tight, hang with us. More is to come. We're only 178 episodes deep. You know, we're setting the benchmark at 10,000. And once we have achieved 10,000 podcasts episodes, we will hand it off to someone else. A lucky listener like you might get handed this podcast after we've done 10,000 of them.
You know, we got to pass the torch when we hit the 10,000 mark.
Yeah, because then we will have, you know, by that point...
We'll be masters of the podcast universe.
Oh, we will be like fucking moguls and shit in the podcast world. We'll probably have a network or two going at that point with many shows. And, you know, we'll just be, you know, we'll just have we will have put the needle in the groove of this son of a bitch so many times that it'll be time for a new groove with a new needle. No sweat. It's just evolution, people. We have a long way to go. And have you motherfuckers checked out our merch yet? We've got good merch. Check it out. You're like, where is this merch, you say? Well, we don't have any yet, but goddamn it, it's coming soon. That's all there is to it. This year, we'll bust them Ludcast shirts. I think it would be fucking awesome. Anyway, thank you, everybody. You want to say anything on the way out, my man?
Yeah, go purchase some. Put a deposit on our merch.
Yeah, pre-order that shit. Yeah, man. We'll give incentives to pre-orders. No sweat. No, we'll think of some fun stuff.
Like extra bold type or something, you know?
Yeah, extra stinky cotton.
Yep.
So you have to
stinky armpits.
Yeah,
because we already wore it
yeah.
before we sent it to you.
There you go. Yes. Now there's some incentivizing. I like that shit. Yeah, man. If you pre-order, especially like underwear and shit, we'll wear it first and then we'll send it to you dirty. Like a big old sweaty nutsack.
And then you can resell it for 10 times as much.
Yeah, but we're gonna go through and take our pubes out and any DNA and shit, so you can't clone us and shit. I ain't hip to that. Or use it in some sort of witchcraft. I ain't down with that. Fuck you. No pubes. But oh God, you fucking, that's gross. All right, everybody, we'll check you next time. Thanks a lot, and Go out into this world and be good people. It's not very hard to do. All you have to do is fight all those vicious, shitty...
go build an ark so you can get away from the evil.
All you have to do is overcome your vicious, shitty, petty, greedy, vengeful urges and defy them and do the opposite, and you'll probably be okay. Or do them and jump in a lake of fire for eternity. That's fine. You'll have Satan whipping your balls. But, the devil made me do it. All right, everybody. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.